The Harbaugh Bowl, day after tomorrow. From party decorating ideas to some fantastic finger foods to how best display that big screen you might have just bought, we have you covered.
Plus, Rachel Ray and Dr. Travis Stork from the Fox show The Doctors joins us with some lifestyle tips you won't want to miss.
The big tires are here, all of the dirt is in place, and that could only mean one thing. The monster trucks are in town. Coming up, a preview of the show going on this weekend at the Civic Center in Salisbury.
And the Buddy Holly tribute band, Oh Boy, is here to perform. Delmarva Life starts right now.
The baby of mine said, boy, you gotta roll on down that line. Well, my
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Life from historic Studio D.
And oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. It is Purple Friday.
It is.
Even Jimmy has his purple tie
Had to wear
on.
the purple tie.
Can you believe that? We've been showing off your purple pride this week in honor of our Ravens, of course. Big game.
Yep.
Sunday. You ready?
The Harb Bowl.
The
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. I can't get it straight.
We've been asking folks to send in some pictures to show off your purple pride, and we have one here. This is Brian, Bethany, and Nikki from Salisbury. Look at them in their purple pride shirts, Raven shirts. Now, you're wondering, where do they get
Where
their
do they
Ravens
get their
pride?
Ravens
Well,
pride?
of course, from their mother, Crystal Lee, along with Robert Lee. They are ready for the big game. Send your pictures to comments@delmarvalife.com or post your pics right on our Facebook page. We love to see them.
Remember, Brian was in Cambridge for the big exodus
Oh,
of
the
the Ravens
send-off.
War Wagon. Yeah, They said, well, they got there. They arrived in New Orleans for the big game, left Cambridge Tuesday. Of course, Brian was there with them. They made the 18-hour drive down on a flatbed truck. This is the bus after to arrive down there. Group from Cambridge, been using the bus for 11 years now to drive from Dorchester County to the Ravens home games in Baltimore. 20 of them are flying down for the game. They will be meeting up with the bus there.
Yeah, I think the big story is the bus made it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and the fans are going too.
Yeah. Oh, well.
You know, Joe Flacco, I didn't realize this, but at the end of this season,
Which is Sunday.
Sunday after the Super Bowl, his contract is up.
Oh, really?
His contract
You think
is
they're going to
done.
re-sign?
Well, apparently nobody is worried about it. As a matter of fact, he practically shrugged it off when somebody asked him Thursday about being a free agent after the Super Bowl. Last year, I think he made $6.67 million his final rookie year
that
on
all?
the contract. Yeah, it's, just enough for gas money. Joe Linta is his agent, and he says the Ravens could slap the franchise tag on Flacco for 2013 at a cost of about $14.6 million.
Wow.
That's almost as much as you and I make.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think he'd be an
pretty close.
agent for me?
That'd be nice.
That would be.
We could go with that.
You know, there's a lot of talk down in New Orleans about, well, of course, they're practicing.
Right.
Some are practicing on grass and some are practicing on AstroTurf. And I guess it's a real big difference.
It is, and apparently the AstroTurf is much harder because you've got the concrete base, but then you got but then the AstroTurf on top, and they've been moved.
Yeah.
They finally complained about enough.
The Ravens?
Yeah, the Ravens. So they're going to move them to the the New Orleans Saints
Saints in there somewhere.
Yeah, to practice there after the 49ers get their thing done. All of them said, from the coach down to the players, said it was hard on the legs, the AstroTurf. As a matter of fact, you recognize that number 52 right there.
Yeah.
Ray Lewis said it's especially tough for the older guys.
It's all relative.
That really seemed appropriate coming from him.
It's all relative.
Did you know, I think everybody around here knows that Ryan Miner is the manager of the Shorebirds.
Yeah.
Well, he's not.
No.
No, he's been for the last several years. You remember Ryan Miner?
He was one of the big star players at the beginning.
He's played third base for the Shorebirds, I think, for a year, and then he moved up, went to the O's, and he was the one that took Cal Ripken's place at third when Cal finally called off his Ironman streak. He played for the O's for a while, and then he came back, and he is now moving up to manage the Frederick Keys. The reason I say the Shorebirds had their big hot stove banquet this last Saturday. Fans got to come by and say, hey, congratulations, sorry you're leaving, blah, 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 and it was great. He's still going to be here. The family's still going to be here, but he's going to be managing the Frederick Keys. That means the Shorebirds need a new manager. We'll meet Louis Pujols. He's going to be taking the reins for 2013. He is the cousin of Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim first baseman Albert Pujols. You probably recognize that name.
Yeah.
Brings 9 years of Major League Baseball playing experience to the Shorebirds. Their season starts April 4th at home against Hagerstown.
It's coming up fast.
Coming up quick. Going to be a good year.
Hey, if you're a parent of a student from James N. Bennett High School You may want to check their book bag if you haven't already. Students received a letter, I guess it was yesterday, informing them that a student had been diagnosed with tuberculosis, which is really serious.
Very
so what they're doing, they say that the risk of infection to other students is very, very minuscule, but they're going to go ahead and test for TB in other students who were in contact with this student, just as a precaution. They say that in order to get it from the other student, they'd have to be in a closed area with that student for a very long time.
Right.
So it's just a precaution. They're providing the testing free of charge for anyone, student, staff member, teacher, whoever. So just something, if you didn't get the letter yesterday, you might want to ask your...
Look in their book bag. It's probably...
I know how it is. Sometimes I look in the book bag and there's a letter from 2 months ago. You were supposed to bring
it's astonishing what you'll find in that thing. Good grief. Somerset County officials have decided, I guess you could say they've decided to take a step of faith. Here's the deal. Take a look at this picture. Somerset County Administrator Doug Taylor, he's there on the left. Somerset County Economic Development Commission Executive Director Danny Thompson, he's there on the right. What they're looking at is the site where they're going to put up a new water tower and drill some wells. This is adjacent to the property that is owned by Walmart, where they were wanting to put up the distribution center in Somerset County. That project has been put on hold.
Indefinitely.
For the distribution center. But they're going to go ahead and put up the water tower and put down the wells because they got a USDA rural development loan for $5 million. It's based on the fact that all the work has to be done by May of next year.
Okay.
Now, they thought, well, we don't want to lose the money.
Right.
But to help that, USDA decided to say, you know what, tell you what, we'll take $1 million of that and actually make it a grant. You don't have to pay it back. So that makes $4 million for the loan. Still got the same amount of money, but they don't have to pay it back. That's good news because that means the residents are facing, like, I think it's 14 cents less than they originally thought they would to pay the loan back.
Oh, great.
So that's good stuff there.
It's like a free water tower.
Exactly. I'm so glad you said that. As a matter of fact, when talking to everybody about the Somerset County Sanitary District Manager, Robin Street, said, thanks to the grant, you're basically getting a free water tower. Did you just say that off the top of your head? Honest to goodness? Wow.
Great minds.
Man.
Right?
And we got one right here. So good stuff. Good thing there.
Did you ever find who the recycling bin belonged to?
No, and if you hadn't have brought it up, I'd have probably been okay. Now somebody's going to say, that was mine.
Oh.
No. That would be the one that I ran over yesterday that the wind blew it in the middle of the road in the dark, and I didn't see it until it was too late, and all the pieces are about
this big.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is, recycling is pretty big in Delaware. In fact, if you're still trying to figure out the whole recycling thing and how it applies to businesses in Delaware, they're going to hold some workshops. DENREC is holding some informational workshops this month. The location, dates, and times are all right here. February 18th at the DENREC Auditorium in Dover at 3 p.m. February 21st, Georgetown Library, 3:30. February 25th in the Lewis Library, 3:30, and February 28th, Seaford Library, 3:30. And if you want some more information about the information workshops, I guess, 739-9403 or visit recycling.delaware.gov. And the thing is it's universal recycling. There's a lot to it.
They're kind of picky, and they just want to make sure that you know what you're doing. I want to say congratulations real quick to Marilyn Neal. Marilyn is the new executive director of the Neighborhood Service Center in Easton. Glad to have you on. Well, actually, it's not like she's new or anything. She served as deputy director for about 2.5 years. She replaces Sandy Red. Marilyn has also got a long history of community service, working for Channel Marker Incorporated in Easton, the Eastern Shore Cancer Research Network Incorporated under Dr. Mary DeShields, and as a matter of fact, she grew up in Hurlock. So
great.
Congratulations to you.
Wonderful. Always nice to see people stay on the shore.
On the shore.
Yeah. I feel like we're a little late on this next topic, but it's interesting. We want to jump on the shark here.
Yeah.
The 3,500-pound great white shark that's headed north after spending weeks off the southeast coast. Now, here's the deal. Mary Lee is one of only 2 great whites ever tagged in the North Atlantic, and she got as far south as Jacksonville Beach, Florida, several weeks ago. But in recent days, she's made a beeline north, and if you look at this map, that's where she's been.
That's us right there.
And we're in there. She's been close to Delmarva. She can't make up her mind where she really wants to be. It looks like she's hanging out, off the coast of South Carolina and those areas a lot more. But she decided to go for a New England vacation as well.
Wow.
So this is really neat.
Meteorologist Brian Keene in the morning, he's a paddleboarder, stand-up paddleboarder.
Right.
He loves that. And he was talking to, I can't remember who he told me now, a surf shop in Ocean City. He was talking to someone from there who said about the time that the shark had been spotted, or tracked, I should say, just off Assateague. The surf shop owners were just off Assateague on their stand-up boards.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fans
that's
coming up
kind of
later, too.
scary.
But yeah, can you imagine?
No.
Welcome back, Survivor.
Yeah. Well, this weekend, the engines will rev inside the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center.
And that is because the Monster Truck Winter Nationals here on Delmarva. Brian Spyros is at the Civic Center this afternoon with a preview. Mr. Spyros.
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, the Civic Center looks a lot different from what you're used to normally seeing it look like. You can see here more than 200 truckloads of dirt had to be brought in to get the track ready, and everything is a go for the show, which is set to start in just a couple of hours. And joining me now is Kevin King, who is one of the drivers in the show, and he will be driving his truck called Straight Jacket, which we'll get to in just a minute. But first, you know, the one thing I find interesting, how did you sort of get into doing monster truck shows and driving this thing?
I've been a fan since I was born, basically. My dad had them. It's been pretty much a family business for the last 30 years, so I'm just taking over his footsteps.
Just keeping on with family business. The other thing, what are people going to see tonight and tomorrow night here in the arena?
It's going to be a great show this weekend. We have a wheelie competition first. We have 8 monster trucks here. Then we go into racing, and then there's a couple of other tough truck filler acts and things. And then we end the show with freestyle, where all 8 of us just get 2 minutes to destroy all we can do. Yeah.
Do what you want. This is your truck that we're getting video of right now called Straight Jacket. Tell us a little bit about it and what's it like driving this thing? Because it's very high off the ground, big wheels. I can only imagine it must be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, adrenaline is the best way to put driving it. It's 100% adrenaline rush. This truck here is actually brand new. It's on its 4th week out this year. It's a debut truck. It's the only truck in the world with blue tires on it. They're blue rubber. If you see these tires anywhere, they're on this truck. You never see them anywhere else.
So no other truck in the world has blue tires like this one?
No, this is the only 4 in the world.
All right, so you are in a class all your own. What's your favorite part about doing all of this?
The fans. The driving and the adrenaline and jumping is awesome, but when we get out and you see thousands of fans just screaming and jumping up and down, it just makes you feel good. Know you did a good job.
And you're going to have them all in here cheering you guys on in just a couple of hours. So we're going to have you go and get up in the truck. You're going to give us a preview. Thank you, Kevin. We appreciate it. So here are the details. The Monster Truck Show at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center is tonight, starts at 7:30, as well as tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and then again another show at 7:30. And we'll put all of that information on our website. Just go to delmarvalife.com and click on the show tab. Now, Jimmy and Lisa, you guys may remember last year we were here, and when I cued one of the trucks to start, there was a little bit of a technical issue, but we're hoping that does not happen again. So with that said, I'm going to say those infamous lines I uttered last year. Kevin, start your engine.
Okay, and now I want to go.
Oh,
now
wow.
I want to go.
Oh, wow. That looks like a lot of fun.
Man, oh,
I want to
man.
drive.
That would have been great for coming to work in the snow this morning. That would have been awesome. How
There
about
would have
that?
been no contest between you and that recycling bin.
No, I'd have won. Well, by the way, that of course at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center, but also coming up at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury, Disney on Ice presents Worlds of Fantasy. You can experience a magical Disney fantasy on ice, including dazzling skating special effects and our beloved characters. Tickets are now on sale.
And the show's coming to town on Thursday, February 14th, Sunday, February 17th. For ticket information, go to delmarvalife.com or call 410-548-4911. Next week, we'll tell you how you can win a family 4-pack.
And those shows, of course, 14th, 15th, 16th, and
17th. That's right. Well, the countdown is officially underway to kickoff, and we're helping you get ready so you can watch, hopefully, a Ravens win in style from the decor for your party, including tips on how to dress up the table.
Yeah, they're going to win, no problem. We're also going to learn the 4 essentials when it comes to the food that you're serving, the must-haves to make any party a success.
And putting together such a party can't be cheap, right? Well, think again. We'll find out how to save some cash as you get ready for your bash.
Delmarva Life, life at its best, here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and Mitsubishi dealers. And State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.